Hey everyone, and welcome back to another video. Today we are checking out a pretty affordable guitar for all the metal fans, the Donner DMT-100. So the brand Donner is well known for offering pretty affordable musical instruments for beginners, and the DMT-100 is no exception. So in this video we will find out if this guitar is any good and if you as a beginner should buy it or not. So let's start with the specs. This guitar is obviously white, it has a white matte finish, but it's also available in black if you prefer that. The body has a pretty modern S-type shape, so you also have these like comfort cuts here, also on the back, so it's very modern shaped. And the body wood is poplar, if that is interesting for you. Then we have a bolt-on maple neck, which you can see here, and the neck has a C shape, so it's pretty comfortable for everyone, especially for beginners. Then you can also see here the tuners, which are black, and they have a Donner logo on it. Then the headstock also looks pretty cool, I think. Then we have the nut here, which is also black, and Donner says this is a bone nut. I don't really know if that's a bone nut, but if it's a bone nut, then it's pretty awesome for that price point. Then we have a beautiful Laurel fretboard with 24 frets and a scale length of 648 millimeters. Then you can see we have two humbucker pickups, so that's pretty metal. We have one volume control and one tone control, and this is a three-way switch. So this is the bridge pickup, this is the neck pickup, and this is both pickups together. And we also have a fixed bridge here, so we don't have any vibrato system here. So even though this is a guitar for heavier music, the guitar itself isn't that heavy, it's actually pretty light, which is also pretty good. Okay, so that are the specs, but that's not all that you get when you buy this guitar. You also get some pretty useful accessories, especially if you are a beginner. So this guitar comes with a simple gig bag, a cable, a strap, an extra set of strings, and a neck wrap. The price of that guitar, including all the accessories, is mostly between 159 and 179 euros, depending on the color you are choosing and also on which day you are buying, because they always have some kind of discounts on this guitar and all the other Donner products, but only if you buy it at the Donner online shop. You can also get it on Amazon, but I don't think you will get these discounts there. Okay, so now you know all the specs and the price and the accessories. So now let's dive a little bit more into the overall quality. The first thing that I noticed when I played this guitar for the first time was that it has pretty light strings on it. Probably like 9 to 42 or something like that. I usually play 10 to 46 or 10 to 52, so it was a little bit weird for me to play this guitar, but it's actually good that there are pretty light strings on it, because for a beginner it makes sense to use lighter strings, so it's easier for bendings and all that stuff, and your fingers won't hurt that much. But if you want to use this guitar for drop D tuning, I would definitely go with thicker strings, like at least 10 to 46 or 10 to 52. Then the overall setup out of the box was pretty good. I was very surprised, especially about the string action, which is usually pretty high on affordable instruments. But on this one it was nearly perfect, so I personally would lower it a tiny bit, but that's just my personal taste. In general the setup is pretty good, so everyone could just start playing on this. The fret ends and also the fretboard edges are pretty smooth and well rounded, so you won't hurt your fingers if you do like bar chords and all that stuff, so everything is pretty smooth. And there are also actually no dead spots or anything like that on the fretboard, and I couldn't find any fret buzz or some annoying stuff like this. The bridge also doesn't have any sharp edges or stuff like that, so you won't hurt your hand when you do like palm muting and stuff like that. So that's pretty good. The tuners are working very well. I just had some issues at the beginning to keep the guitar in tune. So I really had to stretch the strings and retune the guitar very often to get like a decent tuning stability. But after doing some stretching and retuning, it now stays in tune very well. It's pretty much the same as if you just would put on new strings and then have to do some stretching to get a decent tuning stability. Then the quality of the finish is also pretty decent. I mean, you can't do much wrong with a matte finish, but there are some spots here on the transition from the neck to the fretboard which aren't perfect. But you have to keep in mind this guitar is below 200 euros, so it's nothing special that there are some minor imperfections somewhere in the finish. Then the controls and the switch working fine, so far I had no issues with that. And everything that comes from the pickups you will hear now in the sound demo. Alright, so that was the Donner DMT-100, a pretty affordable guitar for all the beginner metalheads. Now, is it any good and is it worth buying? So I would say it like this: if you are a beginner and you actually already know that you want to play heavier stuff, want to play metal and heavy riffs and stuff like that, and you don't want to spend more than 200 euros on a guitar, then you can definitely buy this guitar. I mean, of course, the pickups aren't the greatest and also the electronics are pretty cheap, but besides that, you will get a guitar that feels great in your hands and is very comfortable to play. And in my opinion, that's the most important thing for a beginner to have. And I think it's pretty cool that you also get all these accessories with the guitar, which you would have to buy anyway. So for beginner metalheads, I can definitely recommend this guitar. But if you are a more intermediate player or you want to spend more money than 200 euros, for example like 300 to 400 euros, then I would go with something else. Alright, I really hope this video was helpful for you. If you want to buy this guitar, there is a link down below in the video description. And if you use this code, you will also get a little discount on the Donner online shop. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel if you're new here. And if you want to watch another video on my channel, make sure to check out one of these. they might be interesting for you.